What's going on, guys? Happy Friday, happy Friday. So let's kind of recap, right? We're out of lunch. Market, not moving the quickest today. A little bit of a range that we're looking at, but good things for the bulls right now. And the good thing for the bulls is that we're back over the 50-day moving average. So unless we have some type of drastic selling that goes on into the close today, and the bulls can kind of hold this upper range, they look pretty decent going into next week, okay, from a long perspective. Now, again, anything can happen. We're back up here towards the high of day, 19,560. What I'm looking at here, a couple of things. Looking at the 1 hour chart, looks good. We're over the 5, 10, 20-day moving average. That's kind of just been trending higher, right? A slow grind to the upside since this morning. 5-minute time frame, again, as you guys can see on the screen, kind of just testing. So right now we're above the initial balance range. That initial balance is the first hour of trade. And since we're over that initial balance, what we're generally looking at is just a continuation to the upside. So what you would be looking for, technically speaking, is small pullbacks and then looking to buy into those pullbacks to potentially go long. I'm very, very close to locking out another XFA today. It's up $367.12. The last thing I want to do is go down and give away profits, especially on a Friday, right? Especially when I have no control to do anything until Monday. Again, I think we're about $1,600 in the positive on this one particular funded account this week. So again, not bad, right? We do have, I got to go over to it. We do also have a PA account that was traded today. That PA account is up $318 as well. So kind of took the same trades on those two accounts today. Again, not really looking for much on a Friday, just looking to log in a trade day and looking to kind of stay green, right? Looking to stay green. So again, pushing up towards this upper range, what's the thought process, right? What's the thought process? If we can hold this range and we can continue to break out through, let's say, this previous hour's high, okay, which is going to be high of day, 19,560, there's going to be some continuation to the long side, okay? Because now that we're over that 50-day moving average, we definitely have room to kind of run. And being that, NQ's up about 100 points today, 0.5%, it's not like, the market's been running 500 points today. So, definitely could have some room to just kind of coast in to the high side. Hey, what's up going on, Jamal? No worries there. So looking at this high of day to get broken. Now, again, do I really want to take this trade? I don't know. I don't really like buying at the top of the range. I like those pullbacks. I would have preferred a pullback, 20, 30 points and then, try to get in on that bounce. But beggars can't be choosers here. We might look to play a couple of micro contracts, look to, stack on another 20, 30, 40, 50 bucks, right? Again, because we're green on the day, the last thing we're going to do is try to put on heavy size and go for a home run. I definitely recommend, to all of my people that are in the room, definitely, as soon as you get green on the day, lock it up, right? Lock it up. Or switch to another account, right? I mean, I know, we're human. We got that bug. We got that itch to want to continue to trade. I'm definitely saying that it's not, you shouldn't still be trading if you can find a decent setup that aligns with your strategy. But, maybe dial down the risk at least. There goes that pop. There goes that pop through a high of day. So we got a quick flash above the high of day here, all the way up to 563. Let's see if this can continue, or that's just a little bit of a trap there to kind of run some stops and then pull back. But again, like I said, if you're looking at the 1 hour chart, guys, pull up your 1 hour chart. Take a look at the 1 hour chart. 1 hour chart looks like it's ready to absolutely explode. Okay. And then we also have that daily chart that looks great, right? It looks poised, to be honest. It looks poised to just continue to grind. Okay, continue to grind. Now, I'm not saying you're going to get some flashy 100-point move in 5-10 minutes, but it can just be like one of those slow grinds, right? If we're just kind of holding up here at this upper range, you're kind of looking for those bounce opportunities to kind of just ride the market and continue to ride the market. Because if the market wants to ride another 50, 60, 100 points today, why are we going to stop it, right? Why are we going to try to be smart? And why are we going to try to, why are we going to try to call the top is what I'm trying to say, right? And I have a feeling like a lot of times traders, they tend to call the top. And when you're trying to call the top, you're just catching, you're just standing in front of the train tracks. Plus 411 and 100% done for the day. I like that. I like locking it in, a couple $100, plus, and then just kind of wrapping it up, especially on a Friday, right? When you're trading on these prop firms, it's all about just getting those days logged in. It's all about just slowly building up that P&L. Now, guys, I get it. When you got 10 accounts and you make $1,000 on all 10 accounts, it's a great $10,000 day. I get it, right? I get it. But at the end of the day, put things into a little bit more realistic perspective. Knocking back $200-300 on the day and then calling it a day and just letting those days kind of build up is good money. You can definitely make a living on that. You can slowly start to add more accounts under management. Again, if you were to average anywhere between $200-300, half the month, even, right? Scratch out at half the month, averaging $200-300, you're still looking at anywhere between $1,500-2,000 a month per account. And you do the math, if you have 10 of those accounts and you're racking in $1,500-2,000 a month, you're looking at somewhere close to $15,000-20,000 a month. Now, again, you'll probably only be able to take out half of that with the prop firms on a month-by-month basis, just due to pay cycles, days logged, this, that, and the other. But even so, taking out $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 out of the market, essentially stress-free. And why I say it's stress-free is because when you're looking to not hit home runs and you're just looking to bank in, a couple $100 a day and call it green, all you're essentially doing is just letting the days pass and then taking those payouts when you can. So having a little bit of trouble here at the high of day, we kind of breached it up here to 564. Any guidance on how I use a platform somewhere on YouTube? What type of guidance are you looking for, Jamal? Maybe I can point you in the right direction. As far as platforms, I do all my charting on Thinkorswim because I trade options. So I'm with Charles Schwab, formerly TD Ameritrade, and I just do my executions on TraderVate for Topstep or for Apex, and on Topstep X for Topstep. So I'm really not doing too much charting going on those other platforms, other than setting my risk profile and market in, market out, or having those stop orders in place. That's about it. When it comes to charting, I mean, I use a variety of different tools and moving averages and stuff. But right now, we're looking at something very basic on the screen. Yellow line is going to be the 200-day moving average. The purple line is the 20-period moving average. And then I've got some linear regressions on the screen. So a linear regression channel 50. And then this black box that I'm kind of highlighting over, I just drew this on there. This is our initial balance, which is the first hour highs and lows. And then I just kind of got this mental high of day that's marked out there, and that's it, right? So when it comes to charting, I don't try to get too crazy. Not sure how the trade in the platform setting and configuration. Yeah, I can try to find something, and I'll definitely throw it in the chat. Getting a little bit of a pullback here on that high of day test, so right into this 20-period moving average. Definitely see if this wants to hold here. Again, I'm looking at a 1-minute chart on one screen. I've got the 5-minute chart in front of us. So the 5-minute chart is holding very nicely. The 1-minute chart is into that 20-period moving average. If I kind of just look at the whole body as a whole, We do potentially have room to stretch into 600 if this wants to continue to grind higher. That would be a 50% extension of this initial balance range. So again, you know, right now, not too eager to kind of want to throw any size on. What I'd like to see is, you know, does 564 get confirmed? So if we broke the high of day, does 564 get confirmed? Also, guys, make sure you guys are hitting the like button as you guys are rolling in. It definitely helps the channel, helps the stream get out to more traders, pop up on their homepages. So maybe we can get some more people to the Fam Bam, kind of come and hang out here. Definitely appreciate you guys hanging out with me on a Friday. Again, I don't stream too often. I wouldn't call myself a streamer, more so just a trader / educator. Trading is always first because that's what's going to essentially pay the bills. And then we like to get on here sometimes and do these YouTube videos and live streams. You know, I do a ton of back testing, I do a ton of strategy talk, ton of risk management talk, but more importantly, you know, what I focus on, because again, I'm not that smart, guys. I'm not that smart. You know, I didn't study the markets. I don't know fundamentals. You know, I'm not reading too much into some master price action trader or something like that. What I'm really good at is managing risk, right? Because for so long, you know, I started this journey 10 years ago, trading stocks and options. And so long ago, for the first couple of years, you know, about 8 years ago, I had such a huge problem with risk management, over trading, kind of making some money, giving it all back. That whole same song and dance that I feel like a lot of us go through. Until one day I just got absolutely fucking fed up with, you know, throwing my head against the wall, right? I can only bang my head against the wall so many times before it starts to hurt. And when I realized that it was hurting too much, I had to make a change, right? So when I finally made that change, I realized that, you know, out of all the strategies and everything else that goes along in trading, it's not necessarily the strategy that makes or loses you money, because the market does what it wants to do anyways. And then, you know, when the market's doing what it wants to do, it's up to you to kind of use your common sense and use your brain. Like, hey, you know what? When I'm green, do I need to continue to trade here, or should I come back for a better day? You know, when you take a loss, are you able to kind of deal with that loss? Yo, what's up, Wolf? Are you able to deal with that loss, or do you, you know, find the desire to want to get back in, right? So a lot of times it's traders' emotions and the traders, you know, kind of desire to succeed that outweighs what they need to be doing, if that makes sense, right? Just do what you need to do. At the end of the day, everyone knows that you're not supposed to overtrade. Everyone knows that you should, you know, protect your red and your green days. Everyone knows, you know, don't go on tilt. We all know this stuff, right? We all know this stuff. We all know we should be journaling and back testing and doing all this other blase blah stuff that you see and hear and read about. But why don't we do it, right? It's just like when you need to take an extra 10, 15 pounds off the midsection, you know, it's time to put down the chip soda and the ding dongs, right? It's time to get out there and get the body moving, but you don't do it. So a lot of it comes down to self-discipline at the end of the day. And it's how bad do you want it? Because what I see is that many people want to make money than they want to be a good trader. And they think that when they make money, that makes them a good trader. No, that doesn't make anyone a good trader. You know, you can have someone right now, and again, I'm not going to tell anyone what to do, but you can have someone right now throw on 10 mini contracts long and have another person throw on 10 mini contracts short. And guess what? Someone's going to make money. Does that mean that they're a good trader? Not necessarily, right? Not necessarily. So again, making money doesn't mean that you're a good trader. A good trader practices good risk management. A good trader is consistent in what they're doing. And when it comes to your strategy, it's consistent enough to follow your strategy, be patient, and wait for it. Blah, blah, blah. So that's my Baptist sermon for the day. Again, let's just kind of watch the markets and hang out and chill here. It's Friday, right? It's Friday. I was actually thinking about booking a flight to Vegas tomorrow to go bet on some college games tomorrow. You know, my son is back in town this weekend from college. He's got a little time off this weekend, and him and all his buddies are flying out to Dallas today. So I just dropped him off so he doesn't have to leave his car at his buddy's house. They're flying out to Dallas today. They won't be back till Monday. They're going to go watch the Dallas Cowboys and the New Orleans Saints game. And then I've got some other family members that went up north and they're gone for the weekend. So I'm kind of just out here chilling out by myself today, thinking about maybe getting some ducks in a row and taking a little flight out to Vegas tomorrow just for the day. You know. But let's see what's going on here with the markets. Again, if we do pull back, I would like to see a pullback into this initial balance high. I'd like to see a pullback into this initial balance high and then kind of hold it and then bust through the high of day. That to me would be a little bit more of a juicier trade. Again, but this could definitely fall back into the middle of the range. Right? Tell me about it, Melissa. Tell me about it. You know, I'm helping the kid. You know, I got off the charts for a little bit earlier and he's aggressively and frantically packing a bag. And, you know, the kid's got no toothbrush in there, right? Says he's going to buy one when he gets over there. He's missing a couple pairs of socks, right? So, I mean, there's all sorts of things that are going on here. That I was dealing with this morning. I mean, it's like I told him, I said, what are you going to do? You're going to take the clothes on your back and that's it? I mean, you know, we got to get a decent bag together here. You know, you got your wallet, you got your ID, you got the, you know, did you already pre-check in, you know, asking all these questions. And he says, you know, I'm worried about it too much. Well, I'd rather worry now than to get down there and realize we took off without our ID, right? That would be a shame. That would be a shame. You know, it's not like I haven't traveled before, you know. It's not my first rodeo, kid. But it is what it is. I'm sure they're going to have a great time. Sure, they're going to have a great time out there. Yeah, so Jamal, when it comes to, you know, trying to choose your platform and your broker, you know, pick one that's comfortable with you. I don't know if you're trading prop firms or you're trading personal capital. I like TraderVate. It's easy, it's web-based, it's simple. If you're on Apex, again, I know a lot of people like NinjaTrader. I just not a real big NinjaTrader guy. But again, I don't really do a lot of charting on it. And then Topstep X works really good for me on Topstep. But what the heck happened here? But anyways, what the heck happened here? For some reason, I thought I had an order triggered at this high of day and it didn't go off. What the hell happened? Let me try to figure out what happened. I thought I had an order triggered here for the high of day. What the heck? Oh, well, that'll do it. I had my scalping bracket on here. I had a scalp bracket on here for what was that? So I was looking at, what was I looking at here? I had an order triggered at 564 and we ran up to 67. For whatever reason, I have this funky 12 tick take profit bracket on here that quickly got in and got out. That's a joke. That's a joke. Jeez, I don't even remember the last time I've used this bracket before. Anyways, guys, we're breaking through that high of day here now. High of day 567. Two trades. I was up 250 on each of my accounts and actually had the discipline to walk away. Love to hear that. The charts have never been so, the charts have never been hard for me. It's a discipline. Yeah. And again, I think anyone can learn. Charts, right? I think chart patterns are fine. Guys, we're really starting to break up here. I wish I was still in this darn trade. I can't believe I did that. We do have room into the 50% extension up here towards 590. That's what I would ultimately be looking to target. I do have another level here. What is this? Last week's highs, guys. I've got last week's highs at 633. If this market really wants to get juiced up, maybe we test last week's high. I've got this level on my chart. It's been sitting here for a minute now. But it is what it is. But anyways, back to Jamal. Jamal, I would recommend, and while you're learning, it doesn't matter the platform, because guess what? Whatever platform that you do use, you're going to get comfortable with it. Okay. So when you get comfortable with it, you know, just pick one that seemingly seems like it's going to be a fit for you and then play around with it. I definitely recommend start with 1 micro. Don't even think about trying to make any cash. What I would focus on is seeing the setup, getting into the setup, setting a take profit and a stop loss, letting the trade work out, moving it along. Whether you make 10 bucks or you make $100, just let the trade move. And I would go through and I would take at least 20 trades. Just take 20 trades and then analyze. Because then from there, then you're going to see, okay, I have a problem doing this. I have a problem holding on, even though I know I'm supposed to be in the trade. I've got a problem stopping out when I take 2 losses in a row. You know, whatever it is, we're not going to know what the major problems are until you start taking trades. Get in there, start figuring out the platform. The only way to learn the platform is by taking trades, right? As long as you know how to hit buy and sell, that's going to be good enough. And then from there, you learn how to put on your brackets. You learn how to put on a hard stop loss. What I've definitely recommended and started recommending to a lot of people in my room, guys, set up a daily personal loss limit. Like for me on Topstep X, I can set up risk settings. So for me, I've got a $500 risk setting for the day. If I lose $500 on 1 trade or on 2 trades or on 10 trades, it doesn't matter how many trades it takes me to get there. It's going to auto liquidate me out of that account for the day, and I can't trade it till tomorrow. That's going to limit my biggest red day to $500. Okay, what's the worst that can happen? I come back tomorrow and I do it all over again, right? So that actually happened to me once in the past week. My bright idea thought I can go in on too many contracts early in the day, right off the open, and immediately I was stopped out for $500. That's one day. Was I pissed off about it? Yes. Should I have traded too many contracts off the open on the first setup of the day? No. But again, I'm human. I wanted to call it a very quick day. I took the loss on it. And then I ended up winning the next 3 days in a row, not only making the $500 back, but now going back into the positive, right? The account was already positive. It was an XFA account. The account was already positive. We took one $500 max personal loss day. But you know what? If I didn't have that setting in place, I know exactly what was going to happen. Okay. And I think a lot of you guys know as well. I was going to tell myself, shit, it's only been 2 or 3 minutes of the market open. I try to snag this breakthrough pre-market highs. Didn't work. I've got plenty of time to make the money back, right? And that was going to result in me taking another trade. God forbid I lose the next trade. What was going to happen from there? Here come the emotions. Here come the tilt. It's a funded account. We got to get it back, right? And then I could have put myself into a lot of trouble. When having myself get auto liquidated, I got to live with the $500 loss. I can't even take a trade even if I wanted to. So I like that protection in place, and I've actually been tinkering with it to the profit side as well. On a couple of these accounts, like the Apex accounts, I got it set at anywhere. Sometimes I change it, but it's set anywhere between $500 and $750. If I make $500 or $750 in between that, anything in between that, it'll just auto liquidate me as well. And for Apex, it's kind of good because I need those 10 trading days in between pay cycles anyways. So even if, right, again, it's probably not going to happen, but it could. Even if I made $500 for 10 days, you know, we're talking about $5,000. That's putting me way over payout threshold. It's also, you know, keeping those bi-weekly payouts coming. Hell, it's keeping a monthly payout coming for sure. And it's going to be able to allow me to just, you know, take it nice and slow. And I've got multiple accounts that I always filter through and trade. So, you know, for those of you guys who don't understand my trading style or not too familiar with me, the first trade of the day that I take will be on one account. Regardless if it wins or loses, my second trade goes on to another account. My third trade goes on to another account. And it's not till I get through about 2 or 3 setups, then I kind of go back and focus on one. So let's say, for example, the one account took a loss and the other account took a winner. I might go back to the winner and take that second trade on that one, on that specific account, and then see if we can kind of build up a balance on one account. And then when I get to, you know, I'm not even gonna shit you guys. When I start getting to around $300, you know, especially if it's taking me 2 or 3 trades to do it, I'm pretty much done. I might play around with some micros. You know, maybe if there's something really juicy, throw one mini on and see if I can catch $100 on it or something, $200. But I'm not one of those traders who's looking for those, you know, $1,000, $2,000 days on one account. It's just not really my trading style. I'm more of a slow, steady Eddie type of guy. Just keep payouts coming consistently. I'm not too worried about all the nonsense. So we're looking at about once we swept these highs here, we have a little bit of this pre-wick support here, prior wick support at 19,541. If we start to get below 19,540, it's got room down to 27. Let's see if we can get that back test here into that initial balance high range and that 20 SMA. Two trades. I'm so nervous to trade minis now. Last week really hurt my accounts. I'm back in the green trading micros. Look at, you can make great money trading micros. There was a day this week, myself and we had another member in my community. I think we pulled down like $800, $800 trading anywhere between 3 and 5 micros. I mean, it's nice because you can let the trade wiggle a lot more. You don't get as nervous to when you, as soon as you get into the trade, it's got to go green in your favor. You know, we can let it go a little bit and then we can always battle back. It seems like the losses are a little bit easier to kind of battle back from, you know. So we came really close to testing that 20 period moving average, really close to the initial balance highs, and now we're bouncing again. So the market seems like it wants to continue to ride to the high side. Again, for me, there would be nothing to the downside until we at least close below the 20 SMA. Being $300 or $400 in drawdown, yeah, that's rough because when you're trading minis, I mean, even if you're on one, you know, 10 points, you're already down $200. And, you know, those of you guys out there who are trading the Nasdaq, you know, this thing can whip around 10, 12, 13 points, 8 points, 10 points, 12 points. And that, watching that P&L fluctuate between 200, 300, 350 fucking sucks. Like it makes you want to have a heart attack, you know, a panic attack. You know, I'd rather just control the emotions a little bit more, take it a little bit slower, and because I've been operating on this, I've been telling people this for a while, guys. Even if, right, like right now I have 7 funded accounts between Apex and Topstep, right? I'm not trying to get all 10 of or all 7 of them to pay out. It'd be nice, but I'm not, right? And if it happens, great. No, I never copy trade any of my shit. You know why? Because you know why? I can't control myself. That's why. If I was to copy trade everything and go down a $500 loser on 7 accounts, I would be so fucking frustrated, and it would cause me to revenge trade like an SOB. I'm okay with that. So I do not do that. You know, which is I'm cool with. I'm cool with that. I'll live with it. So I just rotate back and forth between accounts. And normally, honestly, normally what happens is I normally get like 3, 4, 5 of them sometimes to pay out within 30 days. So I'm never really looking to get paid out every 2 weeks. I'm just looking at it from a month perspective. So like I was telling some of the folks in my room, guys, even if you only have 2 accounts and you can manage to just flip back and forth between those 2 accounts, you're going to take out 4 G's out of the market every month, or out of the prop firm every month. $4,000. You know, you do that consistently for 12 months, you're looking at $50,000 extra to your bottom line. For someone who's just starting out and not really taking payouts, that's really good money, right? And then you can slowly inch your way to 3 and 4 and 5 accounts, and you can do the math from there, right? So you can really scale up your business. You can really scale up your business nice and slow over time. You know what I'm saying? I like that. I like that as well. For some, I have some guys in my room that got like 10 plus accounts, 20 accounts. I'm not saying trade 20 accounts, right? Let's not be ridiculous. We're not going to trade 20 accounts individually. That would mean we're constantly looking for 20 setups a day. I tell them if you've got 10 accounts, we can copy trade 2 at a time, right? 2 at a time is fine. 3 max. That way you're working them in batches. If you've got 20 accounts, maybe we're going to do like 3 at a time. Maybe we don't get to even trading all 20 accounts. You know, maybe we only trade 12 of them today. But it helps me, because at the end of the day, if I get $2,500 drawdown on one account, I want that spread out times 10. I want $25,000 worth of drawdown. I don't just want that singular 2,500 because I'm copy trading. You know what I'm saying? And because I don't have, you know, 10, 15, 20 accounts, I'm going to get there eventually. I'm not really stressing it. Like, I know there's a lot of people that are just hell bent on, I've got to get 20 accounts. I don't give a fuck about getting 20 accounts. If I can take out I look at it like this, in 30 to 45 days, if I can get all of my 7 accounts to take out at least $2,000, that's $14,000 coming in to my bank account every 30 to 45 days. Every 30 to 45 days. And that's fine. It might not all come in at once. Like on this last Apex cycle, I had 3 accounts times 2,000. So that's 2, 4, 6,000 that rolled in. On the first, because I'm actually, my 10th day is going to come right after the next pay cycle. So I won't be able to request anything on this next batch of 3 that I've been rotating around until the 1st of October. That's fine. That's another 12,000. I'll get it. I'm not fucking around. I'll get it. That's fine. So all in all, over 30 to 40 days, I'm going to, you know, pull out at least 12,000 from Apex. And then Topstep's a little different. We only need those 5 trading days over 200, which is completely fine. And I typically like to run the Topstep balance up 3,000-4,000 and take half. Run it up 3,000-4,000, take half. Whenever that happens, right? And just kind of keep those rolling like that. And yes, a lot more easier on the mind. A lot more easier on the mind. Guys, also make sure, if you guys do need more Apex accounts, my link is in the description of this video. That's what helps support the channel. That's what helps keeping me come back here doing these live streams. Again, not obligated to, but again, no special code there. I'm not that fancy to have my own special code with Apex. It's just my link. You can use the generic coupon code SAVE80, and then you know, they're going to toss me a cup of coffee off that. I think I make like $2.50. So, you know, I'm not here getting rich off of it, but it definitely helps provide money so we can keep the channel going. And that is what it is. You know, got to do the shameless plug there, right? So now we've got these highs. I'm going to adjust this little high of day mark just because it's easy on my eyes. 19,575. Like I said, guys, we still have room to kind of push into 595. That is the 50% extension, right? That's the 50% extension on the initial balance range. And for those of you guys who are new, initial balance is nothing more than the first hour of trade. First hour of trade, kind of just slow session here. We got about a couple hours left before this market winds down and closes up for the weekend. Hope you guys all did good. Right now, during this like kind of dead period, is when I personally would start going through your weekly P&L, right? On an account by account basis. Even if you copy trade, you know, just go through those P&Ls and kind of see you know, what are you at for the week, right? Because a lot of times traders will forget this. A trader might be up $600 this week, right? I'll just give you an example. A trader might just be up 600 this week, and they're pressing today to make some cash, and then they take a $500 loss, and then they get back in, they take a $200 loss. Now you just wiped away a week's worth of trading because you're trying to do something in one day. Guys, market's going to open on Monday. I mean, did I miss something? Is the market closing down? I mean, is the stock market filing for bankruptcy and not going to no longer be here? Are we going to turn on our computer screens on Monday and suddenly realize that we can't trade? Right? So why are we going to let one day screw up a whole week? And again, so what if it's only $600? So what if it's only $600 that you're up on the week? I'd rather take that $600 and build on it next week than to give it all back. Guys, approaching highs again. Just a slow grind here. Watching this hourly chart too start to confirm the previous hour highs. Nasdaq's definitely in breakout territory. Nasdaq's in breakout territory here. You know, because I'm looking at the daily chart, and this daily chart is open. It's wide open. It's wide open all the way to 683. So 100 points, it's wide open. That's the last swing high. That goes back to September the 3rd. So this is very good for the bulls. Now, I'm not saying that next week we're going to not have a red day or anything like that, because it can backtest. We're coming off of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 consecutive days to the high side. All in all, it's been 5 days that we've closed green, okay? So we can definitely kind of start the week next week where it's a little bit slower. It's in terms of like not drifting higher, and we can see a red day, which is going to be healthy. That's going to be very healthy. As long as we continue to hold this 50-day moving average and 20-day moving average on a daily time frame, buyers are in control. Buyers are in control. Guys, make sure you smash that like button as you're on your way in or out, right? Doesn't matter to me. Completely free to do. We're still looking at the 50% extension up here at around 596 as an ultimate price target on this push higher. I've got support all the way down at 535. If I was to pull up a little bit of a smaller micro kind of, you know, let's get some more smaller levels of demand, I've got support at 562, and I've also got some support at 560. If we lose 560, then that's when we can see a potential downturn to 530s, okay? So as long as we're holding 560, this is pushing higher, okay? We're just going to keep it as is. As long as this is holding 60s, this is riding higher. How are we all doing out there today? Let's get some P&L posts in the chat, guys. Let's see how we're doing out there. Again, be very supportive of people. Just because you're green today doesn't mean that everyone else is green as well. Even though we're all looking at the same charts, we see the charts differently sometimes. So be very supportive as people are at different stages of the game. You know, some of us have been around for a little bit, and some of us are just kind of starting out here. You know, at the end of the day, we're in competition with ourselves, not with anyone else. And that always goes for, you know, if you find yourself struggling in time and you're looking at other people and You know, they're making money and you're not making money. It's okay. Everyone's at a different stage of their game. Everyone's learning curve is a little different. Everyone's emotions are a little different. But this is the type of business where you can really rely on a team and you can really rely on other people to kind of help you with the confidence and help you with your risk management and stuff like that. Which is why I've always found it great to trade with a team, because you know it definitely puts more eyes on the chart and it definitely adds to that confluence, right? Especially if you guys are all looking at the same things. What has everyone got planned for the weekend? Got any big plans? Up 180 on 2 different accounts, MFF and TBT. Awesome. Sweet. Almost thinking about locking that out, I would assume. New high of day 19,577. Practice trading BTC and Sol and figured out how to open an account with broker. Up 56. Only plan is football and beer. That sounds like my plan as well. Love that plan. As long as it's ice cold, right? It's got to be ice cold. Champagne of beers. The old champagne of beers. Yeah, I'm in California. Nice. What part of NorCal are you from? I'm in Southern California, down here by Santa Barbara. Oh, San Jose, nice. I got family out there in San Jose. I was just in San Jose actually a month ago, visiting some family. We had a little get together out there. NorCal's always a good time. You guys are a good vibe. Definitely, definitely get the party on when I go out there. Guys, if we start to lose 19,565, could see a little bit of a back test again. I've got a lot of this support at 560 and then below 560, 540. Oh yeah. You know, NorCal people know how to tear it up a little bit. I don't know if you guys know how to do it as good as us, but again, you guys got your thing. Here comes that 60s test. Later on, buddy. Thank you. Thanks for stopping by today. We'll catch up next week. I'll be on next week. There's that 60s test, guys. So right now, underneath this, if we continue to fall 537, but right here is a little support. So again, you know, because the market is trending higher, that's your pullback for a bounce opportunity to test all-time highs. If you want to wait for the next bigger pullback and you're going to stay a little bit more patient, I'd wait for something between 535 and 540. We've got a lot of support down below, right? So there's so many different levels of demand, you know, 535, we've got 521, we've got 500. So those ultimately, they're little pit stops, right? Those little pit stops are bounce opportunities when you're in an uptrend. And again, are we in a huge uptrend today? Not really, but the market is green, right? The market went sideways for quite some time today. It kind of finally busted out to the high side a little bit here, and it's just kind of grinding. Again, it's Friday. It's like rollover on these contracts is here. So, you know, the later on in the day you get, the slower the price action, the less volume you have, you know, the less market participants, right? The less market participants. So I do definitely recommend, if you are trading, you know, you want to be holding a little bit lesser size, right? You're not going to go in 10 mini contracts and think you're going to catch, you know, a $10,000 move, right? Let's just be happy with what the market is giving us, and let's just kind of, you know, watch the market a little bit slower and let it do its thing, right? Don't try to anticipate where this market could be heading. That's where a lot of traders tend to get into troubles. They tend to anticipate where the heck that this market's going, and there's that 535 test. You know, we're coming down there into those 530s. There it is, right? And there's the next one. The next one at 520 got tagged, which is the 5-day which is the 5-day 50 SMA. What a nice little sell-off there, right? Anyone who got short at the highs, congratulations. Jesus. So I've got us now to 500 and then 484. So right now we kind of came just shy of tagging the 100 EMA, reclaiming the 50 SMA here. So again, a bunch of little areas of support. That's a quick, you know, kind of flash where they ran a bunch of stops, right? The algos just ran a bunch of stops, collected that liquidity for this pushback up to the high side. I mean, look at the pushback up to the high side. You're talking about from that flush of 500 all the way back to 544. It just literally whipped out anyone long and then just grabbed that liquidity and ran back up to the high side here, 40 points in the blink of an eye, right? So things like that, you got to be mindful of, right? Yes, the market was looking like it wants to grind higher, but they can pull it back into these lower supports and still run it higher. You know what I'm saying? So just only thing that would have protected you there is position size, right? You know, God forbid someone was sitting, you know, couple of mini contracts long on that 50-point flush. How much? Let's see what the range was on that move. Has a 60-point range on that move. You know, so if you were up anywhere near the top, just sitting long, you know, you got smashed for 50 points. You guys weren't in too big a size. Congratulations to Biggs. Biggs was swinging MU calls at 87, up 417 on that, and shifting gears. $600 currently on his XFAs. 139 on, what is this here? Oh, a collection of accounts. So up $130 on a couple of his PA accounts, and up looks like 291 on his XFA. Congratulations to Shift. Yeah, that's good. I mean, that's good. That again, guys, that's all you can do. It's not like I know a lot of times, you know, people want to know what's the news, why did it do this, why did it do that. Hey, market's going to do what the market's going to do. You know, why the heck do why the heck does one person scratch their ass with the right hand and the other person scratches their ass with the left, right? Who knows? You know, I have no idea. I never really get too caught up in why did the market do this and why did the market do that. Putting on risk, putting on a position. How much are you prepared to lose? What is your idea? If it does go in your favor, where are you taking those profits? And then, you know, if it doesn't, okay, great. We get stopped out and we move on. We look for that next trade. Yeah, just let the stop losses get hit, right? I mean, we're traders, right? This is in this business. We're not looking to be 100%, right? We're just looking to be a fraction of the time, right? And control the downsides and just keep looking for the next trade. Just put the next trade on when you get it. Put the next trade on. There's no hesitation. We just keep rolling, right? It's just a never-ending cycle. It's like a hamster in a wheel. It just goes fucking around and around and around, right? It's the same crap every day we're doing here. The only time we start getting all crazy is when we have way too much size and we can't handle the amount that's red on the screen. You know, I mean, that's kind of shit's gonna happen because it could have easily done it in our favor, right? You could have easily been long and it shot up 40 points in your favor. I don't think that any of you guys would be saying, what was the news? Why did the market just pay me 40, 50 points, right? You know, it's never a problem when the market does what we want it to do, only when it does what we don't want it to do. So keep a little bit of an even keel. I'm not saying any of you guys are doing that, but just keep a little bit more of an even keel. Like, okay, you know, we take it for what it is, you know, tomato, potato, whatever, right? Like, could have gone up, could have gone down, right? That's the story of our life. You know, anyone ask you, what's the market going to do today? It could go up, could go down. I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. Yeah, never gonna get the whole move. Just you know, I'm trying to slide in the back door, you know. I'm trying to slide in the back door, grab a beer out the fridge, and then, you know, mosey my way around the party and get out. You know, I'm not trying to make some big, you know, entrance, right? And look at, we're pushing right back up to the high. So again, you know, this could still grind to the high side, can still grind to the high side and push up. Yeah, exactly, Cash, exactly. You know, when we're right, it's like, yeah, well, I could have told you that the market was going higher. You should have been buying long. And then when it doesn't, it's like, what the hell just happened? You know, we look like heroes when we're right. Anybody pass any evaluations today? No evals would make it to payout level. Oh, that's even better. That's even better, right? Forget about the funny money evals. We're talking about getting the payout. Now we're talking. Market's still playing around in this range here. got that support at around 525. If this market continues, you know, that's the soft landing, kind of stuck in a little bit of a range here between 525 and around 545s. Ultimately, we'd like to see it hold 40, hold that 40 area if there's going to be any real test, and put in that last high of day today. If not, you know, slow grind back into the range, which again, after what we've seen yesterday, would that be shocking, right? You know, over the last couple of days, I mean, the market has run close to like 900 points to the upside in the past 2 days, right? And it's still green today. So I mean, it could be, yeah. You know, if we stay pinned under 577, then yeah, that's definitely going to be resistance for a move back to the downside. I've got two touches at around 575 to 577, so it's definitely acting as resistance. We've got some sellers that are not really letting that price go above that level. Here's both sides to the argument. If we do get over 77, we could see it scream, right? 20, 30, 40 points. You can see it scream to the upside. If it fails to get over that, you know, and one person is short, then you can definitely play that back into 520 and 500 again. Those would be the two downside targets that I would have. Overtrade when we try to trade like 5 PA individually compared to using copy trader. Let's say we only. So in that particular situation, you know, I would say this is my opinion. I probably get about 2 setups, maybe 3 if it's a good day, that are like A+ setups, but around 2. The other ones are just like the subpar setups. They're scalps. You know, we're just seeing the market in and out. So yeah, maybe on one account it's going to be really good, and then another account might get chopped a little bit, and then you see another account that does okay, right? You can definitely copy trade. I'm not like 100% against the copy trading. It's just not for me, because, you know, I can't handle, you know, copy trading more than like 2 accounts at a time. It just doesn't do well for my emotions. If you're definitely a trader that's looking for that one good setup, then sure, you know, throw a couple on across, you know, multiple accounts, but just really control yourself if that A+ setup that we took doesn't work, right? We've got to be really good at managing I've got to be done for the day versus I need to get it back mentality, right? Because it's really easy to try to get it back than to just stop trading. That's what's hard. If that was easy, guys, every single one of you in here would be a millionaire just from trading, because you'd have everything down packed. Now it's not that easy, you know. It's what's easy, or is just to continue to take trades. You know, that's what's easy. Just continue to take trades. Stopping out is the hard part, and that's stopping out when you're green or red. Got us pushing down into this 5-minute 50 SMA again. Kind of bouncing right off that area. This is the second time it's bounced off that area, guys. Second time it's bounced off this 525 area. It's holding that area here. If that area gets lost, it puts us right back into the initial balance, with next stop being at 500. So this is the second time we've tested the initial balance highs and we're holding it. We're holding it. We're holding it. So yeah, even though the moves seem like they're coming down fast and it's coming down a lot, if that keeps holding, it's just building a floor for a push to the high side. Now again, if we close right back in that range, then we're going to see lower prices, and 500 and 470 would be the next stop. But right now it's time to be very, very patient here, and you want to see, you know, is it a good opportunity to buy? If it is, then you got to use something like 525 as a stop. If you're going to go long, it's like 525, right? That's your last stop. If you're looking for the short, then we need to close below 525, and then when that confirms, then you're going to take it short. Now we're getting the Bollinger Bands to kind of contract here, so we could be looking at a big move coming out into power hour, which I would expect at least another 30 minutes for these Bollinger Bands to get a little bit tighter. And whatever side we break out through, I would assume that the market's going to continue to go in that favor and to close. Cool. 5-minute 20 SMA play to the downside here. So got us right in the middle of bigger ranges, which those ranges being last week's high and what is this here? Yesterday's high. So in a little bit of a bigger range. Really accelerating to the downside here, guys. That second time we bounced off that 5-minute 50 SMA. We got that rising Bollinger Band sitting at around 512 as support, and that 50 SMA is at 525. There's that down move again into that Bollinger Band closer to 512s. Market definitely rolled over here. Also, I'll note this beautiful 5-minute 20 SMA play. That price was below 530 entry, and that went down to 515. So a quick 15 points there. A quick 15 points there. Now I've got support at yesterday's highs at 483. 483. A little bit of support here at 500, and then 93, and then that 83. So if anyone caught that 20 SMA play, that was a fantastic move. You can see it here, right? So again, this candle closed below the 20 SMA. This following candle confirmed. So you're getting in here once we break that low wick, and that went all the way down to 512 from 530. So over 15 points there. And to be honest, going lower. So 504, 502 now. I mean, this is that was a fantastic short. You know, almost a 25, 30 point short. 20 SMA play. So for those of you guys who watch the YouTube videos looking at those 20 SMA plays, that was it. I added a little bit more to my XFA here. I don't want to overtrade this son of a bitch. That's the thing. Don't want to overtrade it. We're up 459 on it today. And again, it's fucking Friday. Last thing I want to do is get too crazy. Last thing I want to do is get too crazy. Anyone catch that short? Oh, what a day. I feel like this has been a long week. I don't know about you guys. This has been like an exceptionally long week. Guys, make sure you guys are smashing the like button, please. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What is this level that I'm looking at? This is yesterday's high. So yesterday's high, 19,483. And then on a 5-minute, I've got a 200 SMA at 470. Below the lower Bollinger Band here. $483. VWAP. What's the VWAP at, Lucas? Out of all these lines I have on my screen here to the side, I do not have VWAP because it always more than likely correlates with the moving average I got. What's that VWAP at? And then I want to see what that is on my chart. Is it closer to like 490? You got something at 490? Yeah, 490. So 490 for me. What the hell is that? 490 for me is this 100 simple. 493. Yep. So I've got my 100 simple moving average at 493 exactly. And that's the 100-day simple moving average on a 5-minute time frame. So looks like we're holding this area right here where we're kind of bouncing off of is the 100 EMA, and I've got that where your VWAP is. I got the 100 simple at 493. That's kind of these two areas, this little demand zone that we're kind of holding here. If we can hold this range here, we can hold this range. Let's see what it does here. Real close. We're flirting with it. At this point, I'd like to at least see us test yesterday's high. At this point, right? Like, I'd like to just see it whip down there, tag yesterday's high, get off that VWAP, reclaim it, and then just run straight to the top side into the moon into power hour, right? Everyone gets in long, and then we make fucking 200 points into the close, right? Wouldn't that be perfect? Wouldn't that be great? But realistically, what I'll do is I'll probably just stop trading on the day altogether. Come on, just get down there. Get down there. Get down there. It's a lot slower. You can manage risk a lot easier on it. It's more orderly, I guess we could say, right? The ES is more orderly. NQ's the wild, wild west. Yeah, I mean, she's very slow, which is good, right? I mean, sometimes we need slow. Sometimes we need slow. Really looking for a push into 490s, low 490s, 480s, and then I want to see a big bounce off that zone. I hate how we're kind of hanging out here because it's just gonna, like, it just prolonging the process to get rejected and then still come down to that area. Like, rather just go down now and see if it gives us a little bit of a buy the dip opportunity down here. Come on, get down there. Get down there. Awfully close. Hey Lucas, did we tag your VWAP now? Did we tag it? We got awfully close to my 100 EMA here at 493. Yeah, quick wick here too. Good job to shifting gears. He picked up an extra $218 on his PA account there, or no, on his XFA on that last 20 play short with 1 micro. Nice. So he got in below 530 and he got out now at 496. So he picked up about 35 points. He traded 6 micros, or 3 micros, excuse me. I think he said total. I don't know what he traded, but $218 on an XFA is not bad. That's good money right there. That's good money right there. hate trading after lunch. The market drives me nuts. I don't know how you guys do this, where you guys sit around until power hour and trade. This market sucks. My trade window, for those of you guys who are new, I trade between market open and just about lunchtime. You know, either I'm going to make money there or I'm going to lose money. Sitting around here is brutal. It's like trading the overnight session. This shit sucks. Because I'm a scalper where I like to get, 10, 15, 20 points quickly, right? Anywhere in between there, depending on what the market's doing. But when you're like sitting around waiting for a level to get tagged and it's taking 15, 20, 30 minutes, and then you have to get into a trade and wait another 30 minutes for it to like actually do something, is brutal. I would definitely recommend, if your guys' time permits itself, stay out of this type of action. There was that one good 20 SMA short that happened, but geez, there hasn't been anything in 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 minutes. Okay, we're done here. We're done. I caught a little bit of that Big's bottom bounce, guys. That previous 5-minute candle, this one here, this previous 5-minute candle, I was looking at that, looking at the low wick. If this current 5-minute candle that we're on took out the high of these two little ones, I was going to get in for a quick scalp. We're going to lock up the XFA account with $541.41. That's what we're going to do on that. That's what we're going to do on that. Good bounce there. Let's see if I can show you guys that screen. So let's see here. And then it got quickly rejected. So we got, again, we're in a tight spot, guys. It's a tight spot here. I mean, you're kind of trapped between that VWAP, you're trapped between the 50. I mean, there's so much crap in here. There's about an hour and 20 minutes left of the market. Right now, it's like squeezing water out of a fucking rock. This express funded account's up $1,700. I mean, from the last time I took a payout on it. Again, if you guys been with me for a while, you guys know I get these things to pay out. I take out a couple grand, then I restart building the thing back up again. So, when I'm going to decide to take another payout on this thing, I don't really know, but it is what it is. $541.52 on this XFA. I want to get it back up to at least 3,000 before I take another payout. So we're just going to kind of slowly grind it, right? We're going to slowly grind the account. We're not looking to do too much. All right, guys, I think that's it for me. Make sure you guys smash the like button on the way out of here. I'll see all of you guys next week. Make sure to enjoy the weekend, spend some time away from these screens, get back to doing some chart work on Sunday. Apex link down in the description box below. Also, if you guys want to join Evolution Traders, that link is also down in the description box below. Have a fantastic weekend, guys. Remember, don't do anything stupid here in the last hour. Protect the green. Remember, go off of what you did this week and protect it. Even if you're having a red week, you're not going to make everything back in one last trade into the close. You might, but again, you're just opening up the doors to possibilities of just blowing shit up. We got all month to try to get a payout from these firms. Hell, we got as much time as we need to get a payout from these firms. So again, a lot of the times we're racing to try to do something very, very quickly when we don't necessarily need to do that, right? Just have multiple accounts, trade them in and out, and just kind of, you know, take your time with them, right? At the end of the day, especially if you've never taken a payout, that first payout's going to be very sweet for you. You'll have money to reinvest back into more evaluations. You'll have money to reinvest back into your business. And then you can kind of just keep this money train rolling, right? You can keep the money train rolling. But I don't really expect anything else in this market. I mean, 19,483 is yesterday's highs. You know, we can definitely come back down in that area. We've got a little bit of resistance on a 5-minute time frame at around 543 if this continues to push. And then you've obviously got that high of day at 577. In the morning, I trade with my guys in the room from market open till around lunch. And then I kind of take a little break. And then I kind of jump on YouTube a couple days a week. Been getting a little bit better at jumping on YouTube, but yeah, NQ is going up. This is a 5-minute time frame. NQ's going up. NQ's trading at you know, whatever this is, 521. FOMC week is right. Yep. Oh. All right, guys. I'm out of here. Have a good one.